Vera Pavlovna's fourth dream. It begins with the goddess speaking. I've told you everything, so that now you can tell others what I am. But at present, my kingdom is still small. I must protect my people from the slander of those who don't yet know me. At this time, I can't fully reveal myself to everyone. I shall do so only when my kingdom encompasses all people. When everyone becomes beautiful in body and pure in heart, then will I reveal all of my beauty to them. As for you, your fate is particularly fortunate. I'll neither confuse nor harm you in describing to you what I'll be like when everyone becomes worthy of acknowledging me as their goddess, as opposed to now, when there are still so few. To you alone, I will reveal the secrets of my future. Promise to keep silent and listen. The revolution. I promise, Vera says in earnest. Close your eyes, the goddess whispers, her silky voice resonating in Vera's heart as though it is a drum. Vera has no fear and closes her eyes as instructed. Not even the sudden sense of weightlessness causes her to open them. So much does she trust the radiant beauty now leading her into the unknown. Look, says the beauty with a note of triumph. This is not yet my kingdom, but the air hums with anticipation. In every household, there is a young man or woman yearning to accept me, if only they had the means. Vera gasps. She and the goddess fly slowly through the air and look down upon Russia, a glorious, vast land that from this height appears natural, unfettered, and silent. As they descend slowly, human civilization can be seen. They hover above St. Petersburg. This is the revolution. It has already begun. It was you who started it. How did I do that? By leaving your mother's house, you claimed the liberty for yourself and asserted your own values rather than accepting those of the older generation. This is what needs to be done. Vera thinks in silence for a moment. The city is beautiful from this height. She can see people milling about in the streets. The scene begins to shift as people crowd in clusters and the noise level begins to rise. Revolution is happening now? Yes, the goddess replies. It still lives in the hearts and minds of the new generation. What you see before you here is merely a vision of that which is yet to come to pass. The people in the streets appear to be having conversations. Vera is reminded of the discussions she often had with Lopukov and her other friends. So the revolution is by this new generation against the old? Children against fathers? What about the state? This is not a revolution of people against the state. It is the people forming a new kind of state for themselves. Science is allowing those with enough imagination to envision a new world in which old and tired social divisions have become irrelevant. The individuals that comprise the new generation must break free from their parents, yes. But as a whole generation, they must also show others how good life can become and how to achieve the happiness they all seek. In the city below, Cossack regiments begin to disperse the exuberant crowds. Clusters of people take shelter indoors, but a low hum begins to emanate from the city. But if this is the revolution, where's the violence? Vera wonders aloud. Where are the fights in front of the Winter Palace? Blood, peasant axes, and bullets piercing the hearts of the sons and daughters of Russia. You don't understand, Vera. Aggression must be avoided. The act should be taken up only when one is placed in an explosive situation and no other recourse is available. Revolution must occur in the hearts of the people, not in their town squares. To achieve the outcome we desire, the means of our revolution must be of the same nature as our aims. If we were to shed blood needlessly, we could never create a new society that would be free of senseless violence. The people of St. Petersburg, students and intellectuals, now begin to trickle into the countryside. Vera and her patroness fly over the forests and villages to behold a new scene. The city folk, open-minded and willing to work, are led by a remarkably strapping man and offer their assistance to the people struggling in the fields. They learn how to grow food from the peasants and earn the respect of the common people by becoming physically more powerful. Why are they here now? Asks Vera. Part of the revolution is an exchange of expertise and mutual sharing of experience. That is how communities are maintained in a cohesive manner. Ties between people, brothers and sisters, are strengthened. If these revolutionaries had come to the people with anything less than a genuine, sincere desire to learn from them and to help them, without acting superior to them, they would have been rejected. But see, they work in the fields. Some medical students treat wounds, and some well-read students teach literacy. But most of them work like these former serfs, day in and day out, sowing and harvesting. They bring the knowledge of science and soil husbandry to the fields, and the crops flourish. The people do not go hungry. They become friends and like family. The city folk have learned how to grow their own food, and the peasant folk have begun to learn the benefits of the science for the purpose of betterment of their everyday existence. The road of the revolution is to raise the morale of the new people based on simple honesty and illuminated by the understanding of the essential tasks of humanity. So where is the revolution? This is also wonderful, but the state still rules over all of these people, and the Tsar does not allow sedition. The Tsar will try to take from the people what they have produced in excess. But you see, the people of Russia are clever. They hide their grain, and resentment grows in the villages against the external power. Many of the city folk decide that it is time to return home. They have improved themselves, and now must take the next necessary step. An uprising among the peasants would not achieve our goals. The chaotic processes must be transformed into conscious ones, and that is the job of the new people. Rakhmatov is a leader. He knows what is necessary, and he shares his wisdom. The people respect him. The strength and cheerful confidence of the new people returning to the cities, coupled with their solemn determination, stuns the old generations. The Tsar's regiments march through the streets and disperse the crowds with force. Soon, however, the city's amenities and services come under the control of those who desire change, and women and children approach soldiers with fresh bread, begging for peace. Young soldiers see their mothers and sisters in the crowds, and tears begin to fall like rain. They lay down their weapons. The people do not wish to destroy, explains the goddess. In the process of bettering ourselves and striving for perfection, we must keep all that is the finest, most valuable, most sincere, and most useful. while leaving behind all that is cruel and undesirable. Only then can constant progress take place. The road we are on now will lead us to a society that values beauty and love most, while honoring the equality of men and women and people of all races. To get there, we must dedicate ourselves to the cause, improve ourselves every day, and share our dream with all those who will listen and learn. God bless. Lunatic love to all.